Hey guys, HDvee here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're reviewing episode 28 of Pokemon Journeys, where our good old pal Goh catches the water type starter Pokemon Sobble instead of Ash. I know, crazy scenes, but if you're excited for the video, please do drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 750 likes. Leave a comment. Are you happy that Goh got Sobble? Do you think Ash will get Grookey instead? Let me know what you guys think, and subscribe if you're brand new. We do daily Pokemon content on this channel, keep you up to date with all things to do with the Pokemon anime as well. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. Alright, so starting things off, obviously the gang are still in Galar after Ash had just caught the Galarian Farfetch'd, and at the end of last episode we saw Sobble, and at the start of this episode we see the squad tucking into some very nice Galar curry. They're having a nice little feast, their bellies are rumbling, they're feeling hungry, and they're having a nice little time having some food. And then Sobble pops along. He's like, yeah, my belly's rumbling as well. I could do with some food. I'm a little bit peckish. And he's like, I'll have a bit of that curry. It looks very, very tasty. It does actually look kind of nice, to be fair. And then the food starts floating because obviously Sobble's turned invisible. And everyone's like, hang on, Matt, what's going on here? All this food's doing some Casper-type situations going on. So everyone's like, I don't know about that one. And then basically they find Sobble. They kind of start fighting the two Farfetch'd because they think they're eating each other's food and everyone's food's disappearing. And then they run into Sobble, and then Sobble starts crying because everyone's kind of ganging up on him. Not really being horrible, they're just like, what's that? And then Sobble was like, nah, I don't like this confrontation. He just starts bawling, you know, starts tearing out a little bit, water going all over the place. And obviously when Sobble cries, everybody cries. That's just kind of its thing. So everyone starts bawling as well. Everyone's like, why are you crying? I'm crying. Everybody crying, which is obviously a theme of the episode. It does get a little bit kind of repetitive as the episode goes on, because like 90% of the episode is just people crying, but it is what it is, you know. That's kind of Sobble's thing. Also turns invisible when it touches water, which is another theme of the episode. But yeah, everyone basically starts crying, and then Sobble escapes, and then goes like, well, we gotta go after that Pokemon. I mean, it looks good, let's go grab it. So they're obviously looking for it, and then they're in like this kind of park setting, and then Nurse Joy pops up with her two little Indeedee, and I think they just obviously start talking about gender differences and stuff, because there's the two Indeedees and everything, and they're like, yeah, how you doing, you know, these are Indeedees and everything. Then Nurse Joy is then going on to say, you know, Sobble does obviously go invisible in water and stuff, and she's like, could be behind that fountain, just having a nice little bath. And then goes like, oh, alright, starts calling out for him, and Sobble obviously doesn't reply. Sobble is at the fountain, but he doesn't really want to have anything to do with Goh, so he just sits there in silence. And then Goh, which is the craziest thing, is just like, I really want to catch it, and then he just throws a Pokeball at the fountain, and he catches Sobble. It's the most lackluster catch ever. He didn't even know it was there. My man just threw the Pokeball in a fit of rage perfectly on Sobble, and just catches it. So yeah, no one obviously knew it was there, and then it's just like, boom, Sobble's been caught, and then the Pokedex entry starts getting read out. It's just the weirdest capture ever, and I don't know, I wasn't expecting it at all. I was expecting like Sobble to keep running away, and then obviously get caught by Team Rocket at the end, and then obviously everyone saves it, and then Sobble was like, yeah, I'll join you, like they usually do. But no, Goh just, you know, launched his Pokeball into a fountain and catches the water stars. It's great, isn't it? Anyway, after that, Team Rocket are just kind of like looking around there in Galar, and they're like, there's no way we're going to find Ashy Boy and Pikachu. There's no way they're going to be in Galar. Wobbuffet's out here with his little binoculars on, and, you know, they're a little bit hungry, they're a little bit bored, they're a little bit tired, they can't really be bothered anymore. And then they see them, and they start floating into them, and then they get really, really close, and then this big gust of wind just sends them flying. Ash and Goh don't notice at all, but yeah, they're just going in with this bug catching net, and then yeah, like a typhoon just launches them away into the distance. So that's great, really, really good. And then obviously a Sandaconda kind of jumps out on Riolu, and goes like, alright, time to battle my new water type against the Sandaconda, see what it's doing. Riolu, I don't know, kind of teleporting here or something. Looks really small. His tail is massive. I think that's just the animation shot. And then yeah, goes like, alright Sobble, you've got this, bro. Time to battle. War against ground. Should be easy. Let's have a good day at the office. And then Sobble goes invisible, hits him with a water gun, hits him with a couple of pounds, and then Sandaconda's like, nah, I'm not having any of this. Hits him with a mud slap. Obviously, Sobble does become seeable then, because he's got all the mud on him and stuff. I think it's mud slap anyway, or like sand attack or whatever. Something that uses sand and then Sobble obviously becomes available to see. And then basically Sobble starts crying because Anaconda hits him, just launches into him, sends him back 40 years. And then everyone's obviously crying again because Sobble's crying. Again, another theme of the episode. It's great fun. Lots of crying. So they split up to see and try and find Sobble because it's ran off, obviously. I mean, why else wouldn't it? Even though Goh has the Pokemon, he tries to return Sobble and misses. So he can catch a random Pokemon that he didn't even know was there, but he can't return a Pokemon when it's in plain sight, so that's great. But anyway, Ash goes off a different way, Goh goes off a different way. Goh finds Sobble, Ash finds like an Oddish or something. Yeah, Goh finds Sobble just chilling and crying on this like kind of like river thing. And then basically Team Rocket, well, I literally just watched this. Hang on, what happens? Team Rocket, yeah. Sobble runs off onto the lake, and then it cuts to Team Rocket, who are like obviously just been blown away, and then the balloons crash and everything. Then Morpico's debut. He comes in and starts eating the chips, and he's having a nice little munch on them chips there. Nice little bit of seasoning on him, and he's having a great time. He loves it. He's having a fantastic bloody time. And then they basically throw something at the Morpico. Morpico runs away, and it hits Sobble. Who is again just randomly there. Not a great episode for Sobble, really. He's just minding his own business, and he's just getting pelted with Pokeballs and like cans and stuff, so not great. Also, how are you going to be holding Sobble like this? This looks painful. Oh my god, he looks in so much pain, Jesus. So yeah, they find Sobble, and then that's basically that. And then Ash talking to Goh because Goh's feeling a little bit down. He's like, it's all my fault. I shouldn't have thrown Sobble into battle without even, asking him if it was alright. Ash does his team talk. He's alright. Goh's like, yeah, you're right, Ashy boy, and they're great. But anyway, up next, obviously, Sobble's been caught. He's in a cage by Team Rocket, getting held captive, and then the gang obviously find them. And then Team Rocket's like, yeah, we'll trade this Sobble for that Pikachu, otherwise it's the no-go. That's the trade. If you don't like it, get lost. Sobble starts crying, obviously, because, again, the theme of the episode. Team Rocket start bawling, something happening to their eyes. I don't know, they're like in their Matrix or something. So they're crying, and then they send out, obviously, the Pokemon. Like, the big old rocket thing drops down. They turn the capsule thing. They get these Pokemon out. Imagine how easy it would have been if they had this in, like, any other generation. When Ash was a new trainer. If they just had this, like, Team Rocket thing where it just gave them all these really cool Pokemon. They could have got Pikachu ages ago. Bloody hell. If they would have got like an Armaldo or a Magnezone back in Gen 1, geez, they would have smashed it. Got Pikachu straight away. End of the anime. But yeah, they send out a Magnezone and an Armaldo. And they basically do a big battle and all this and that. And then basically Magnezone is doing this, I don't even know what it's using, but it's basically doing this like sound wave thing, which is basically making everybody like, I can't hear anything. And then, Goh shouting at Sobble like, I'll save you, all this, giving it what it wants to hear. And then Sobble, out of nowhere, look at these biceps, mate. Look at these. This guy is just pushing and pulling. This cage open. Don't know how he's going to get that head out of there. It doesn't actually show you. It just shows him somehow break open this steel cage with these little tree branches. Don't ask me about it. Sobble he's been eating fruit and veg apparently because he smashed that. Absolutely insane. So that's great. And then they're basically, Team Rocket are then like, oh, I told you to get the good cage. Why are you getting the cheap cage? And it's like, we couldn't afford it. But they have this rocket thing with all these really cool Pokemon. So again, something else that doesn't really make sense, but it is what it is. Sobble somehow broke through it, so it couldn't have been that strong. And then basically Goh discovers goggles, and he's like, yeah, wear these and we won't cry. So basically he's just got 5 pairs of goggles in his backpack, don't know where from, because he remembers Mr. Mime cutting onions, and he's like, that made me cry. Then we put goggles on, it was fine. So yeah, Ash, Goh, Raboot, Riolu, Pikachu all have goggles now, and it basically means they don't cry, so that's really cool. And then Sobble just kind of gets trampled on by Armaldo. Sobble doesn't really do anything, it just kind of really slowly runs away and just doesn't do anything. I don't know, it's really weird. And the rest of the Pokemon anyway, Raboot and Pikachu and Riolu basically send Team Rocket flying as always. And then Goh's basically just having a nice little heart-to-heart with Sobble. He's like, look mate, sorry I tried to make you fight, shouldn't have done it, it's my bad, I'll take the L for this one, let's be friends, you're my Pokemon anyway, and it is what it is. And then that's kind of the episode. And then at the very end, obviously Team Rocket were blasting off again. You found them in like the random woods, and then Morpico comes along. He's like, hey, how you doing, where's that food? And Team Rocket's like, nah, get lost, you've already had all our food. and then Morpeko turns into the hangry mode, and then he just kind of does that wheel move, I can't remember what it's called, and then just sends Team Rocket flying again. So that's pretty much the episode. All in all, I thought it was an alright episode. Like I said, a little bit repetitive with the whole crying thing and Sobble turning invisible, but it was still a really good episode. Again, the way Goh caught Sobble is, I just still don't really get my head around it. It's just kind of taking the piss now of Ash. Like, Ash is there trying to get a Pokemon every, like, 5 episodes or whatever, and then goes over here just catching invisible Pokemon. Like, he's got a knack for it, I'll tell you that. He's pretty good at catching Pokemon. That does finish off things for today's video. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please do consider hitting that like button down below. It really, really does help out. Let's try and hit 750 likes. Make sure to drop a comment. Are you happy that Goh caught Sobble again? Or, you know, are you not too happy about it? Did you want Ash to get it? Do you think Ash will get Grookey? Or Goh could get all 3 stars? Who knows? It's you know, it's anyone's game right now. It's a different ball game. Anyone be catching anything now. So it's kind of crazy. No one really knows what to expect. No one saw Ash getting a Galarian Farfetch'd. No one saw Goh getting Sobble. That's how it is. Subscribe if you're brand new. We do daily Pokemon content on this channel. Keep you up to date with all the anime news, with the reactions, the reviews, and then obviously the information about them as well. So thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.